The flood begins, the flood of attendance. Thank you guys for joining us today for a super exciting webinar on one of our newest features, which is our online video editor. So you probably are here because you know and love our video editor app, but now we also have the option for you to do some fast video edits using our online video recorder. So we'll give everyone a couple of minutes to get in here. We had quite a few participants. I'm very excited to host today's webinar for you guys. This will be recorded. We've already got that question hanging out in the chat. We will record this webinar. So if you need to pop out early or anything like that, then please feel free. We will record it and send it to you tomorrow, hopefully, but potentially Monday as well, depending on what time we get everything together tomorrow. So we will get that out to you as soon as possible. I also have a look, I'm just trying to do some so that I can show you guys this awesome transcript editor feature in a few minutes, apparently. I also have a survey at the end of the webinar, which we will use to influence our future webinars. So we always appreciate your feedback on that. And we will also give you a certificate of attendance for today's session. So without further ado, I will introduce myself and where I am coming to you from in the US today. My name is Sarah Eiler. I am ScreenPal's Community Engagement Manager. Sorry, Ben, I still have your picture on there. I'm joined by my colleague, Ben, who works with our customer success team. Feel free in the chat, because this is one of my favorite parts of a webinar, to tell us where you are attending from virtually. I love to see where in the world everyone is coming from. We do have the chat open for you guys. Make sure it might say host and panelists at first, so make sure you're selecting everyone if you want everyone to be able to see it. Oh, I've got a fellow Georgian in here. I saw the great state of Georgia. I live in Georgia currently. Manchester, England. That's super exciting. Oh gosh, I don't even want to try to say Glo Gloucestershire. Did I maybe say that right? I don't know. That's like Worcestershire sauce. I saw Gloucestershire, England in here, Tampa, Florida, Costa Rica, Kingston, Jamaica. Everyone's like living their best life in a tropical island, and I'm here in Georgia, although it's warm now, thankfully. And Ben, where are you located?
I'm based in rainy Sacramento, California right now.
Rainy Sacramento. It's never normally raining.
No, normally it's beautiful and like 60 right now. So we're taking our lumps right now for sure.
You guys are on the struggle bus right now.
We need rain in California. We'll take it.
That is true. That is true. So thank you guys, all of you, for sharing in the chat where you're coming to us from. I love to see that and see all of these amazing places where everybody lives and plan my future vacation based on your location. So thank you for sharing that with us. If you have any questions, please pop them in the chat. We also have one of our colleagues, Amira, here to help answer some questions. You're welcome to use the Q&A if you feel like your question's kind of getting lost in the chat. Since we have quite a few people in our webinar today, then feel free to use that as well. But without further ado, here we go. So what we are going to cover today, we are going to talk about, I'm sure you saw the description for this webinar and you are probably excited about that anyway, but we are going to talk about using ScreenPal's online video editor. I'm going to show you how to import your own video into ScreenPal. We're going to look at how you can search your transcript for filler words and silences and remove them instantly. Also, a highly anticipated feature, which is editing the video directly from the transcript. We've gotten so many questions about that. Enhancing your content with video and image overlays in the online editor. You can also highlight key points with dynamic text overlays. My favorite piece of that is those are kind of pre-stylized for you, I guess you could say. So it's really easy to get some fun text overlays going without having to have kind of that graphic designer background there. You can add background music from our stock media library or upload your own audio tracks, and you can protect sensitive information with blur overlays. And of course, as with all things at ScreenPal, we will continue adding more and more features to that online video recorder over time, but this is where we are at right now with our initial release of this tool. So these are kind of our highly requested overlay options to make sure that you guys have those at your fingertips in that online video recorder. Now, I have a question for you. I don't have a slide on this because as I was sitting here thinking, one of the bits of feedback that we got from getting started was more of, well, it was kind of ironic. Some people asked for a more in-depth editing tutorial, as in advanced editing features, and then some people asked for like a remedial course on recording and editing. So before I go right into importing a pre-created video to ScreenPal, I would like to know who with us has not recorded a video with ScreenPal before. No shame if you haven't recorded. I just want to make sure that I am covering everyone's needs during today's webinar and making sure that I show you how to record if you guys need to know how to record. So we've got a few hands up. Some people that use Screencast-O-Matic, formerly known as there. Haven't recorded audio. Always import, never record. Ooh, I haven't heard that before, but that's awesome. Okay. So we've got quite a few requests for recording. So let me show you how to record a video using ScreenPal as well. And lucky y'all, we just released an online video recorder too. Ooh, bet you didn't know you were going to get a two for today. Two for one special here. So let me show you really quick how you can actually record using our online video recorder. Ooh, new tools. We love a new tool moment. So I am at screenpal.com. When you go to screenpal.com, so to open that online video editor, and this is so new that like I have barely used it. So fingers crossed that not a lot of mistakes are made, but luckily I've got Ben here to keep me on track. So once you go to screenpal.com, if you're not logged in, you would obviously want to log in at this point. I've already logged into my account, so I'm going to click on my content. So once I click on my content, it's going to bring up this home screen. Now, if you want to click on the house, you'll actually see right here, record video. You can also access this by clicking create, and my zoom's in the way, so let me move my face here. And you have the record video option here. Once you click record video, you have online recorder. Now the desktop recorder will take you to the app. So if you're more familiar with recording on the app and you want to do that, you can. But just to show you this slick new tool, I'm going to click on online recorder here. And what I'm going to record is I just have a ScreenPal tab open. And let's say that I am recording some training for teachers in my building, and I want to show them where to go to access the ScreenPal tutorials. Not that I mind helping them with some of those ScreenPal editing features, but maybe I'm not always in that building every single day, and I want to make sure that they are empowered to find that information on their own. So I'm going to share this tab. And it's going to open that online recorder right there in my internet browser. Oh, look, you saw the mess that is my office behind me. Sorry, let me hide these. Oh, there's mess everywhere. The butterfly wings of my 4-year-old. If anybody's 4-year-old is also going through the dress up era, that's what we're dealing with in our house. So all I would do is click on record. Okay. And now it's already recording my tab. So I can click right here over to this tab. It's going to give me kind of that, you're sharing your tab notification there. But if you guys need to ever access any ScreenPal tutorials when I'm out of the building, then I would recommend that you go to screenpal.com and then you can select resources and tutorials and training. And this will take you to ScreenPal's library of tutorial videos. And let's say I'm looking for information on how to highlight and zoom. which is one of my favorite features that looks really fancy, but is actually really simple to accomplish. Oh, didn't come up as with zoom. I'm probably being too specific there. Let's do highlight. Okay, so you've got highlight, cursor highlighting, scrolling screenshot, and chapters. So I'll go into my highlight here, and then I can share how to create a highlight overlay. Little known fact with our tutorials, that's one of my favorite things, is you can actually right click on this video and you can then copy the video link. You can download the video if you want to put it somewhere else. And you can also copy the video URL at the current time. So if you wanted to move forward to adding a style to your highlight, then you can scroll on ahead to that and copy the video URL at that specific time. So really easy to find any of those tutorials by using that search menu if I'm not in the building. So I'm going to come back over and pause, and you can see that it recorded for 1 minute and 33 seconds. That's the screen that I left on there, is that overlay highlight. Couple of my favorite things that I didn't really show while I was recording is that we have an annotation option here, so you can draw and erase on your screen. And really my favorite is, and I am going to click record again for this one because I live for a sparkle moment. I'm going to click on record again. So celebrate that you can still access all of the information to help you when I'm not here. And again, one of the features that you probably know and love with our app recorder is that you can pause and pick back up recording where you left off. You can still do that same thing here in our online recorder as well. So you've got mute, turning the camera on and off. Click and drag to zoom. So you can zoom, you can annotate on your screen, and then you've got that fun little celebration option for your viewers. So once I'm done, I'm going to click done recording. And again, I didn't have to open the app to do this recording. I just did a quick little screen recording there. And it's going to go on and prepare that video for me to utilize those awesome AI tools, for me to use that online video editor and then edit my video. All right. How we feeling? Was that okay, Ben?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is the video that I just recorded with the online video recorder. And so now I can use that awesome little AI button there to generate all of those AI features. Today's webinar is not really focused on our AI features specifically. We're going to use the online video editor in just a second, but since this is one of my favorite things that I use the most, I'm going to go on and click that button. And what it did is it generated my title, my summary. It's currently generating my audio descriptions. I've got my captions generated here, and then I can add additional language translations for the video captions, and I can add text-to-speech AI narration for that video as well. If you want more information on how to do all of those, you're welcome to look at the recording from our last Getting Started webinar, and we also have an AI features webinar available on demand at screenpal.com/webinars. So just an FYI, although we're not going to go into that too much today. All right. I hope everyone is excited about the online video recorder. We are very excited about it because it has been a much requested feature for a long time now at ScreenPal. So I'm also going to show you really quick how to import your own video into ScreenPal, because using the online recorder to make some quick edits is a great solution if you have existing content as an MP4. But before we show how to import, drop a 1 in the chat if you've imported a video before. And I think somebody named Alan was like, I only ever import. So thank you, Alan, for being here. And then a 2 if this is your first time. We've got lots of first timers, which is great. Some people have imported a video. Awesome. I love to see it. We've got somebody that's done it several times. I love to see that too. We'll go on and show that really quick for everyone, just in case anybody is new to importing a video. So to import your video, You're going to go to create and then upload content. Click create, select upload content, and then I'll show you how to access the online video editor. So I'm not going to go over these slides, but they do exist as a reminder for you later when you go online and you need some additional assistance. So from here, I typically will be on my content screen, so I don't see this page as much. So I would click on create and then upload content. And I actually just downloaded a quick MP4 so that I have something available here in my downloads. This is one of our tutorial videos. I showed you the trick of the right click and then downloading. So I just right clicked and downloaded this. And this is our tutorial for getting started with the online video editor. So now I can open this tutorial video and make edits as needed using the online video editor. Of course, it takes a few seconds for the video to process. So I will go right back to this one that I just recorded it for you guys as well and use this one to edit. But that's how you import. You just click create, upload content. You can also, I should have mentioned, drag and drop content from your desktop into that box, the upload content box, if that's easier for you. I just typically have stuff in my downloads folder. So you can drag and drop, or you can click right there on that box and upload your content. All right. So this is the video that I just recorded using the online video editor. I'm going to click on the edit button here, and you have two options. You can edit online or edit on the desktop editor. So you can still go back to the desktop editor, but for the sake of today's session, we are going to select edit online. So this is opening my online video editor. So you see here my options. I've got transcript, video, text, audio, image, and blur. And when you click on each of these options, you'll see images pop up or audio tracks pop up based on which option you've selected. I'm going to start from the top and go with transcript first. So this is showing me the entire transcript of my video. If this is the one time that I didn't say look at that. Look at that. Am I getting better? Maybe. Who knows? This is the one time apparently I didn't say in my little screen sharing video, but what you can do is click on the star here and you can search filler words, search silences, and delete all. So let's do search for silences. So I've got 1.1 second of silence here. I can play the silence to see how long it is. And if I want to get rid of that silence, I can click on the trash can to delete it. You can also speed up that silence up to 2 times. So if maybe it's like a little bit of you typing or something like that, and you're like, let me just speed up that little bit of me typing on the screen, then you can go on and find the silence in your transcript and really quickly speed up that silence. Now, what my favorite feature is here is the fact that I can highlight an entire portion of my transcript. I can play it to make sure that's what I want to change. It's going to give me kind of that, you're sharing your tab notification there. So it'll play back. And if I want to delete that portion of my video, I can click on the trash can and it's going to edit the entirety of my video, the video, like the visual video, as well as the sound and the transcript completely out of the video. So I can delete entire portions of video by just highlighting and pressing the delete button on my keyboard or clicking on the trash can. Okay. Super easy to delete any of those portions of your video there. So again, all I did was I just clicked on my mouse. I'm going to highlight a portion of text. I see the option to play back that portion and make sure that I want to delete it. I can click on the trash can. I can even speed up that portion, so you can do it up to 2 times faster there. Or I can click on the scissors to cut that portion out of my video as well. Now, if you delete something by mistake, don't worry. There's an undo button down here. So you can click undo and it will add, there's that first paragraph that I deleted. it added that back into my video. So just like in the desktop app, when you can use that undo button or see prior edits that you've made to your video, you can still do that here in the online video recorder as well. Okay. So of course, because you all know if you've been in my webinars that I'm a big fan of a forced engagement moment. It's the ninth grade, the former ninth grade teacher in me that won't leave the room. So we looked at our filler word and silence detection. Again, I've got kind of the clicks that you need to make in the image here. And I've got the clicks that you need to make to edit by transcript here. But if you could edit your video just by deleting portions of your transcript, which now you can, would you use it? Yes, absolutely. If you're like me, you're thinking, where has this been all my life? So let us know if or that you are excited about it, hopefully. I didn't even give you the option to say no. It's not an option. It's not an option. Oh, we got it in a heartbeat. Thank you. Mary Lynn was like, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it. It's still going to be yes, but I'm going to say it in a different way. All right. Good. We are excited to see that. We were very excited about that feature as well. We've had that as quite a few requests to our team. So very exciting that we have that available now. All right. Back out of our forced engagement moment here. All right. So now let's look at some of these overlay features. So if you are familiar with our desktop app, you're familiar with overlays. What's a little bit different about the online video editor is that the timeline here is going to be stacked instead of everything being in one timeline. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in just a second. So when I click on video here, I can of course search our stock videos if I'd like. I can also click media and upload a video. So let's say that this video is about that tutorial, and what I want to do really quick is go to the end and just upload that actual tutorial video. So I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click on open. Okay. And I'm going to select this. Why is it not letting me do it? Is it because it's too long and I'm at the end? It's probably because it's too long and I'm at the end. So I'll use stock here for just a second instead. So what I can do is search for a stock video. So maybe you're like, when am I ever going to find a random video of people eating lunch together? And I don't want to go out and take a picture of people actually eating lunch because I don't have permission to use their faces in my video. So what I can do is I can just select that video there. I can change the size of the video as needed. Okay, this is an overlay on top of the video. So you see it's on top of that confetti moment that I did at the end of my video there. So I'm going to change the size of that video. I can change the volume if the video has an audio track. So if you are uploading a video, it might have an audio track. You can mute that video if you need to. I can change the playback speed. I can crop it, which I just did. I can also add in a transition. So maybe you want that video to slide in and then slide out. So what I'm going to do is bring my little scrubber over and I'm going to press play to help you when I'm not here. And there's my video. It just slid in there. It's going to keep playing. And then it'll slide out once it's done playing. Let me move it forward a little bit. There you go. So you've got a slide on each side, transition for that video. And this is what I was saying, it stacks the timelines on top of each other, right? So it's not like with the in our desktop app where you have kind of the little overlays that are different colors. You're going to see a stacked timeline here. And if you need to delete any of those elements, you can just come to the line that that's on or click on the element itself. And then you can click on delete and it'll get rid of that element in your timeline there. Okay. One of my favorites too is like, as a teacher, you never have like, just classroom B-roll kind of thing. So like you can do students in classroom. Because other than using your actual students, you very rarely have like recordings of students working in a classroom. So you could select that there in the stock media, select any of those images that you want to include or video in this case, and then make any of those changes as needed as well. So I'll make that a little bit smaller. And then you can shorten these videos. So if you're like, look, I don't need this going for 15 seconds in my video here. What you can do is just hover over the edge of that video there. There it is. And just, I'm clicking on my mouse when I see those two arrows and I'm dragging the length of my video down. And that's going to edit the length of the video to make it shorter as the overlay on my video. And now it's already recording my tab. That is still too long. So I'm going to just make it even shorter here. So I can click right here over, and there we go. So I've got that video right there overlaid on top of my video that I recorded using the online recorder. So really easy to do any of those elements there. All right. So our next one, we're just going to go down on the side here is our text overlay. I love that we kind of have these pre-formatted because if you're like me and you struggle to make a decision, some of these decisions are partially made for you. So I can click, I like this one quite a bit. I think I use this one a lot in my images that I did for the slides here. But when you click on the text overlay, you're going to come over here to edit the text. So obviously I don't want it to just say highlighted text in my video. How can I access ScreenPal tutorials? Okay, so I can change the text there. I like to do like a two-line situation, so I'm just going to click and do an enter. And of course, you can make it larger by dragging on the corners of your text overlay. And I've got transitions again, so I can fade in and we'll do fade out so you can see what that looks like. And you can change the style. So if you want to change the style of this text, you can click on style. You can change the font to match your brand font. If you have a brand or a preferred font in your classroom or in your trainings, you can change the weight of the font there. You can change the alignment. So if you wanted like everything left aligned or everything right aligned, then you can do that as well. And then you can change the color. So we have some of those pre-stylized, but you can still change that and make it your own if you would like. So maybe I want to do it, of course, pink. If you know me, you know I'm going to select pink. So I can add that there. I can also change my text color. And if you know the hex code that you want to use, you can type the hex code in here as well to change that color of your text to exactly match your brand colors. So oftentimes I will use the ScreenPal hex codes when I'm editing videos, just so it's quicker than having to kind of use that little color picker and figure out where I am in that pyramid of colors there on the screen. So here's my text overlay. Recording my tab. And what did I do for that? A fade in and a fade out. So we'll look for it to fade out. So I can click right here over to the. So that's what the fade looks like if you wanted to use a fade transition on your end as well. And again, it's adding a line for my different types of overlays here. So I've got my text overlay there and I've got my video overlay here. And when I click on each of those overlays, it's going to open up that settings menu so that I can make changes to those overlays as needed. Okay, and I can just click right back in here and change the text that's in that overlay. I can click right there on the video editor, video overlay, and click change and even change out the portion of video, the stock video that I have at that section in my video timeline. All right. Okay, just making sure there's nothing in the chat that I need to address. Is there anything, Ben, for the good of the group that we need to mention?
I don't think anything that you can address right here.
Okay.
There's a couple of different questions, and I'm typing as quickly as I can, so thanks everyone. And several folks interested in that blur tool at the bottom of the menu. So,
Yeah. Okay,
yep.
cool. All right, so we did transcript edit, edit by transcript. We did a video overlay, a text overlay. You can also add audio. I always love to just kind of add a little cute track in the background. Best Wishes is one that I use quite a bit. Of course, with the audio, you can preview those audio sounds when you click on play there. Another great thing for our stock sounds, if you're interested in using
Hey,
those.
Sarah,
Yeah.
sorry. Could you go to the text area and show just how you would remove a text overlay as well?
Yeah.
I don't know if you covered that. So there was a question around that particular
Okay.
piece.
Yeah, so you can just click on the text overlay, and you can click on delete here to delete that text overlay from the timeline, and it's gone. If you did that by mistake, though, of course, you can still use that undo button or redo the delete as needed. And you can actually move these as well. So if you're like, I want all of my, text kind of lined up together or all of my videos lined up together, you can also move around um, the different pieces of the video timeline down here too. So again, I clicked on the text overlay and I just clicked on delete here on the left and it deleted my overlay. Okay. All right. So back to our audio. One of my favorite things to do is to match my audio to the season. So maybe we're going into a bit of summer. It's like fall spring. I don't know if anybody else lives in the Southeast, but we have like a couple of different fall springs that happen where it warms up and all the poor plants start blooming and then it gets cold again. So we're having a bit of a fall spring this week, but you can type in a word like summer and see if there's any fun summer soundtracks that you can use in your video. So let's say that I like this little summer stroll, but of course I don't want it to be so loud that you can't hear me talking during the video. So we'll see what it sounds like in just a second. This tab is going to give me kind of, ooh, that's a little loud. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this dot and drag it down on my video. Let's see what it, kind of that, you're sharing your tab. That's still a little loud to me. So I'm going to drag it down a little bit more. Tab notification there. There we go. But if you guys need, so now you can still hear my voice pretty clearly, but I also have that little audio track going in the background. So I can put in a quick little audio track like that. If you have existing audio that you've created, you can also click on uploads here and upload your own sound to your video. And again, all of our stock is royalty free and it's free use for you to use in your videos. So definitely make sure that you're checking out that stock media. I use it quite a bit personally in my videos that I create, as well as in a lot of the visual assets that you see in my slide presentations. I use our stock media for those too. So audio really easy. And again, if you want to delete that audio track, you just click on that little trash can and it gets rid of that row of audio there for you. All right, image is much the same as a video overlay. So for an image, you can search the stock images. You can also upload an image. Okay, there's a little, just a little picture of logging into Google that I did, but you can upload an image from your computer. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is the certificate for today's training. So if I'm like talking about the certificate, and I'm like, by the way, you can get a certificate of completion for completing today's training. Then I can literally have the certificate of completion pop up on the screen during my video to remind participants to stick around for the certificate of completion. Now, I probably don't want this at the 15-second mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the certificate, the image. I'm going to drag it over to the end of the video. And that way, maybe if the last sentence that I said is make sure that you check out the certificate of completion by filling out the survey at the end of today's training, then I have my image overlay that will pop up right there, the last few seconds of my video. And of course, just like the video overlay, you can change the size of that image. If you're one of the people that likes to do like I always wish that I planned well enough for this. But if you want to be like, don't forget to check out the survey so you can get a certificate of completion, you can like plan to point up at the certificate and then you can have that overlay hovering here. I feel like that would look pretty polished and professional if you planned ahead and had that in your video. And again, with the image, just like with the video overlay, you've got your transition options. You can enter transition. You can do an exit transition. We also have some style options. So you can change the border radius, you can change the brightness, right? So if you feel like that's like a super bright white, you can change that down a little bit. You can add padding to the video. So that's like within the box there. So if you wanted to, oh, excuse me, padding to the image, I should say. And you can add a background. So if you wanted to maybe match, I don't know, the bright pink text that's there, I can click on that little color picker and then add a bright pink background to my image overlay. So to do that, I just clicked here where it says, first of all, I was on settings, style, and then where it says padding background, I clicked on the color box and then I clicked on the color picker and I matched the actual text that is highlighted in my video there. So really easy to make your video look like really professional and polished using the online video editor. Okay.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
We had a really good question that came from Drew, and this was around video overlays
Mhm.
and whether you can actually sort of split the video. And instead of having it sort of like you have this image, a smaller overlay, if you can have like the video, or in this case, an image be the full screen, split your original recording, and then have it continue. So, are you able to show them where they can use the split tool? So if you can go to like the um, maybe move your image into a different place on the timeline, if you want to do that, or
Yeah.
yeah. So just okay.
And then here, wait, it's not letting me do.
Yeah, yeah. So you want to move your timeline, the red thing over.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It's going to split wherever that red
Okay.
line is where it's going to split. So maybe drag it to the beginning of your image.
That's, should I do it for the image or on the video?
It doesn't
Okay.
matter. You can
Okay.
do it. It's the same process for either
Yeah.
one. So
So you got the split icon here, and then it's going to split those two in half, and then you can move them within the
and
video.
yeah. Um, maybe do a new overlay with the video there and just show how you can split from on that one.
Like a video overlay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then click nope, move the player head, sorry, to the very beginning where it was originally
Okay. Of the video.
on the overlay you just added. There you
Okay.
go. Now hit split. And you want it to be you wanted to split your original recording, Sarah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you meant to split the overlay.
No, sorry.
It won't let me.
You need to select your recording timeline, I think. There you go.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
And hit
Let's do it
split.
in the,
There
yep.
you go. And then now can you adjust down below on that timeline? There you go. And then you can move that new video that you've added there. Yeah.
Oh,
You can just,
there we go.
yeah,
I'll move it to the place there. There we
there
go.
you go. Yep,
And then move
exactly.
this over. Meep. I'm waiting for that thing to pop up. There we go. There we go.
So I think it was Drew, you were asking about that. There you go, is how you can make that adjustment happen.
Okay, let me do it again a little bit more seamlessly for everyone to have here. Okay, so I'm going to just undo some of those that I did here. Okay, all right. So what I did was let's see, there we go. Okay, so I clicked on the original video, the longer video that I wanted to split. I clicked on split selected item at playhead. So it's going to split it where that red line is. Okay. And now that I have, oh, did it do it? There we go. Now that I have the split, I'm going to move over this track because this is the video that I want to play while it's split. So I'm just going to move it over while I already have the playhead there because visually I can see that better. And then I'm going to move over my original video and kind of line it up with that stock video that I want to play while the video is split. So let's move the playhead and see how that looks. Notification there. Obviously, the stock does not have sound. And but if you guys need, then it'll pick the video back up where it left off. A little bit more seamlessly without Ben having to troubleshoot with me there. All right, cool. Okay, now the one that people have asked for, which is blur. Yay. We love a blur moment. I live for a blur feature here. So this is one of the tools that everyone knows and loves from the desktop app. So I clicked on blur. It went on and gave me my blur box here that I can then move on my screen. I can change the intensity of that blur to make sure that you can't see anything. This is great if maybe you have some like personal identifying information in your video, or if you are using, I don't know, like your phone number to log into something, or if you're typing in a password and it didn't hide the password while you were typing it in and you're showing people how to do something on the screen, then you can use this blur feature here. And then you've got your transition options. So all of those same 11 transition options that we had with the video and the image overlay. And then I've got my timeline here with my blur feature in it. And I can change the length of that blur. So I could change it for the amount of time that I'm talking about that screen. So of course I have that split there. But what I can do is move it over so that it's blurring out that portion that I want it to blur, that button there, for the entirety of the time that the button shows on my screen. So really, honestly, I would say almost even easier to use this blur maybe than the one in the app, because it automatically pops up. But you're just resizing it to make sure that it's the size that you need on the screen. That's it. So super easy. Again, you just click on blur and it automatically gives you that blur on your screen. So I click on blur again, it brings that blur up for me. I can change the size of the blur there. Or maybe I'm like, you know what? I'm recording this as a tutorial. I don't want everyone to know that, it was recorded by me. So I'm going to just blur out my initials in the top corner. That is some personal identifying information. Although you guys already know that about me as of right now. But it is personal identifying information. So I can make that small enough just to cover my initials in the corner of the screen, and then make sure that it lasts as long as that visual is available on the screen during the video. Okay. So again, lots of dragging and dropping and resizing using that online editor option there and using that blur overlay. All right. So as you are recording your video, you've probably kept noticing this popping up here, project saved. Your project has been saved successfully. So it does save my project for me, but I can also select publish or save and exit to save changes and exit without publishing. So when you click on save and exit, just to show you what that looks like, it's going to take you back to the home page for this video. And then I can click on resume editing from here, or you can click on that editor button and click on edit online. Now, what this means is that if people were to view this video before you clicked publish, they won't see the edits that you made to the video. So what you're going to want to do once you're done making edits to your video is click on the publish button. And this is going to publish the new version of your video with the edits that you made. And of course, it'll take a few seconds for it to process your video, but then you can share out that link to the recording. While my video is processing, don't we love a forced engagement moment? I know I do. So, question for you. Now that you can instantly polish your videos online, which will you add first? I have a feeling a lot of people are probably going to select blur overlay because Ben said that's what people were excited about. But We've got some video overlays fans, some image overlays, some text overlays, audio overlays. I love seeing it. Awesome. Okay. Thank you guys so much for sharing what you are excited about in our chat window there. We are very excited to see that. I see some exclamation points. I'm a big exclamation point girly, so that must mean that you're excited. So we are very excited that we could bring this online video editor to you. Um, yep. All right. So as you guys are finishing up, too many options. We've got so many options, I'm not sure. I wanted to bring to your attention that we do have another webinar next week. It is with a dear friend of ours, Dr. Monica Burns, and she will be focusing on quick formative assessment strategies that make a big impact. So she runs a blog called Class Tech Tips. So we invite you to join that webinar if you are interested. It's at the same time. I believe that's next Friday is the 17th. So we would be very happy to see you there if you are interested in joining that. If you scan the QR code here, you'll be taken to the registration page. So if you have your mobile device near you and you would like to go to that registration page, you can really quickly register by using the QR code there. And this is the feedback survey for today's webinar. So if you would take a minute to fill this out, it just asks for like your first and last name and a couple of questions. I do use these survey results to plan our next webinar. So I would really appreciate it if you could tell me what you're interested in learning more about so that we can make sure that we are meeting your needs and providing professional learning that will support you in your positions, regardless of where they may be. So please give that a scan. You'll get an email in your inbox with a certificate of attendance attached. It is a generic certificate of attendance, but if you would like a copy of the certificate with your name on it, please respond to the email and I will get you one as soon as possible. So. And yes, don't forget, we did record, I should say. We did record today's event. So if you have any questions or want to watch the recording again, we'll be back in touch with you hopefully within the next day or two, business day or two. I'll try to get that out tomorrow to make sure that everybody has access to that recording. So, oh yes, and I can put the QR code back up and Ben can also share the link in the chat. So, oh, let me see. Go share. There we go. There's our linky. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Nelda said, I started working with the story, adding PowerPoint slides and using text to speech with AI. I love that. That's my literal exact workflow. So I'm really excited to hear that that's working out for you. Awesome. Oh, Ben, did we want to give a little sneak peek?
Sure, if you want to show the latest tool to Nelda and others, might be a good time.
So if you're still here with us, we also just released, I'm going to let you do it, Ben. I'm going to stop sharing. Is that okay?
Why don't you share your hosting and you can
Okay.
show the tool while
Okay.
I'm talking? So for team plan users, if you are on one of our team education or team business plans, our newest AI tool is AI slides or doc to video. It allows you to upload a PowerPoint or PDF document to ScreenPal and run the AI on that. We will then generate oh, do you want to share your hosting, Sarah, versus
Oh,
just a
I'm
survey?
sorry. I forgot that I was sharing the QR code. I didn't share the whole screen. Okay, there we
So
go.
if you want to show the on the left-hand side column there, Sarah's got a little AI
Yep.
wand. And she has, as you can see, that AI slides to video. So if Sarah clicks that, she can now, as you can see, drop a slide deck right there. and
Ooh,
it will generate a video slide script.
I'll do the
Um,
webinar slides.
and then from there, she can have it AI narrate for her. And we provide a couple of options. That this is initial, so this is beta release. You can do a sort of a summary, in depth, or as is. As is will narrate exactly what's on your slide, so it's verbatim. In depth will provide some additional sort of expansion on that topic, and then summary sort of summarizes your slides. Um,
Ooh, I will
Rosalinda,
definitely.
this is going to be on any team plan, team education, or team EDU. You're going to want to, if you're on one of those plans, you need to have AI enabled on your plan, and you'll want to reach out to support@screenpal.com. They can turn this on for you so you can try it out.
And what I'll do is I'll share what I generated with you guys in the follow-up email so you can kind of see a sample of what was generated. So awesome.
It doesn't, there is a question, Karina. It doesn't currently scan and pick up your speaker notes. If you have like a PowerPoint with speaker notes, it doesn't do that. Something we're already looking at, right? This is sort of the initial release. So it's beta right now. So it's a slow rollout. And that's why you reach out to us if you want to try it out. But yeah, it is out there and folks are already trying it, and so far so good.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. I know we're ending a few minutes early, but nobody is ever upset about that. So thank you so much. And we are very excited to share these awesome new releases with you. Let us know if there's anything else that you need, feature-wise out of ScreenPal. All of these releases are things that we have our customers to thank for, right? You guys that are using ScreenPal and request new features to be added to the product are the ones who we add these features for. So please let us know if there's anything else that you would like to see in ScreenPal, and we will do our best as long as we can to make sure that that happens. So thank you so much for joining us today. And we will see you guys hopefully next week during our next webinar. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.